Welcome to Investero. Becoming a millionaire on a low salary might sound impossible, especially in a country like Australia in 2025, where the cost of living has risen sharply. Housing feels out of reach, and inflation continues to eat into people's paychecks. But the truth is, wealth isn't only about how much you earn, it's about how you manage, invest, and grow the money you do make. Countless everyday Australians have gone from modest incomes to seven-figure net worths by applying smart financial principles, leveraging opportunities, and being disciplined with their long-term strategies. Today, let us break down how someone on an average, or even below average, salary can realistically achieve millionaire status in Australia by making the right moves. The first and most important step is shifting your mindset. Too many people believe wealth is reserved only for high-income earners, executives, or lucky entrepreneurs. In reality, becoming a millionaire is more about consistency than it is about windfalls. If you earn $60,000 a year, but manage to save and invest 20% of it consistently over 20 to 30 years, with the power of compound growth, you could easily cross the $1 million mark. The key isn't just your salary, it's what you do with it. In 2025, the Australian economy offers unique advantages for those who want to build wealth. Superannuation remains one of the most tax-efficient vehicles to grow your money. Many workers ignore it because it feels like retirement money they won T-Touch for decades. But maximizing voluntary contributions can make a huge difference. If you salary sacrifice even $100 per week into your super fund, not only reducing your taxable income, but also compounding wealth in a low-tax environment where earnings are taxed at just 15%. Over time, that can be a cornerstone of your millionaire journey, even on a modest income. The second major path is investing outside of superannuation. Stock market investing is one of the most accessible ways for Australians to grow wealth, and the barrier to entry has never been lower. With platforms like Stake, Comsec Pocket, and Perler, you can start with as little as $5. The most powerful approach is dollar cost averaging into broad market ETFs that track the ASX 200, S&P 500, or global indexes. On a low salary, you may not have thousands to invest at once. But even $200 per month consistently invested into ETFs with a long-term average growth of 7 to 9% can grow into hundreds of thousands over decades. The earlier you start, the less you need to contribute to reach millionaire status. Now let's address one of the biggest challenges Australians face: housing. Property has long been seen as the holy grail of wealth building in Australia, but skyrocketing prices have made it feel out of reach. Still, property remains one of the strongest paths to becoming a millionaire if approached smartly. For someone on a lower salary, buying a home in a major capital city might not be realistic. But regional towns, smaller cities, or even investment properties in growth corridors can provide opportunities with government schemes, shared equity programs, and the First Home Super Saver scheme. Many Australians can get their foot in the door sooner than they think. Even owning just one well-chosen property can build equity over time, providing leverage to grow your net worth substantially. Another overlooked strategy is side hustles. In 2025, technology has opened up new ways for people to earn outside of their main job. Whether it's freelancing online, running a small e-commerce store, doing deliveries, or creating content, the gig economy allows people to increase their income streams without needing a second full-time job, even an extra $500 a month directed into investments, instead of lifestyle expenses, could shave years off your journey to millionaire status. The power of compounding turns those small amounts into life-changing wealth over time. Of course, it's not just about making more, it's also about spending smarter. One of the traps Australians fall into is lifestyle inflation. As soon as their salary goes up slightly, their expenses go up just as fast. The people who manage to become millionaires on lower salaries are usually the ones who live well below their means. They buy used cars instead of financing brand new ones. They avoid debt on depreciating items, and they prioritize investing over appearances. Cutting back on dining out, subscriptions, or unnecessary luxury items may not feel glamorous. But those savings redirected into assets are what separate future millionaires from those who just scrape by. Another important part of the journey is learning to manage debt strategically. Credit cards and buy-now-pay-later services can trap people in cycles that prevent wealth building. But not all debt is bad. good debt. Like a mortgage on an appreciating property or a loan for a skill that increases your earning potential. This can actually accelerate your wealth journey. The key is to avoid consumer debt while using leverage in areas that generate long-term returns. Let's not forget about skill building and career growth. Even if you start on a low salary, investing in yourself through education, certifications, or simply networking can lead to better paying opportunities down the road. Sometimes the fastest way to millionaire status isn't about saving more from the same paycheck. It's about increasing the size of that paycheck through smarter career moves. In Australia's current job market, industries like tech, healthcare, green energy are seeing strong growth, and workers with the right skills can command significantly higher wages. Discipline and patience are what tie all of this together. Becoming a millionaire is not an overnight process. It's not about chasing the latest crypto hype or trying to time the stock market perfectly. It's about creating a system, regular saving, consistent investing, smart spending, and staying the course for years. The people who succeed are the ones who treat wealth building as a marathon, not a sprint. Imagine this. Someone earning $55,000 a year in 2025 saves and invests 20% of their income, that's $11,000 per year, or around $900 per month. If they consistently invest that money into a diversified portfolio, earning an average return of 7% annually, in 30 years they'd have over $1.1 million. That's without ever needing a six-figure salary. That's the power of compounding and disciplined investing. The reality is, most people will talk themselves out of this journey because it feels too slow or too hard. But those who commit to it and stick with it will be the ones who quietly reach financial independence while others are still living paycheck to paycheck. Becoming a millionaire on a low salary in Australia in 2025 is not only possible, it is already being done by thousands of everyday Australians who chose discipline over excuses. So whether it's maximizing your super, investing consistently in ETFs, finding affordable property, building side hustles, living below your means, or leveling up your career, the path is there for you to follow. The only question is whether you're willing to take it. Subscribe to Investor O.